Ahí está. Um, the contract that we are going to make is from between the Salsas Maravilla, represented by Jimena Castro, María Paula Herrera Aro, y Jesús Aureliano Ruiz. And Tosta Bambino, represented by Rubén de la Fuente, Diego Ramírez, Emilio Durán, Esteban Lara, José Manuel Hermosillo y Moisés Beltrán, who shall hereinafter by jointly refer to the parties under the following statements and clauses.
Statements 1. Salsas Maravilla states A. That is a company with experience in agricultural production, operations in Mexico, regulatory management, and networks of local producers. And B. That it has an interest in participating in strategic alliance to produce and process tomato and puree in Mexico.
The second is about the Tosta Bambino Estates, that us as a company with technical experiences in processing plant design, quality control, and marketing and brand positioning, that is that it has an international market sector, including the Latin market in the United States.
Number three, both parties state that they wish to establish a joint venture to create, operate, and expand a tomato puree processing plant in Mexico. Also, that they recognize this alliance will allow them to leverage each other's strengths through an equitable and strategic collaboration structure.
Clauses. First clause is the purpose of the contract. In this contract, the parties agree to establish a joint venture for the production, processing, and commercialization of tomato puree with agroindustrial operations in Mexico and distribution to the national Latin American and US Latin markets. Second clause, investment and ownership share. The agreed participation shall be 55% for Tosta Bambino and 45% for Salsas Maravilla. Each party shall contribute capital, knowledge, assets, or technical resources according to the percentages above. Profits, losses, and strategic decisions shall be aligned with these proportions.
Third, specific contributions. Contributions from Salsa Maravilla. Coordination with local producers, regulatory and permit management in Mexico, operations and manufacturing within the country, domestic logistics.
Contributions from Tosta Bambino. ¿Me escuchan bien?
Sí.
Contributions from Tosta Bambino. Technical design of the processing plant, implementation of quality standards, branding and marketing strategy, access to US and other international markets. Fourth, projection location. The parties agree to locate the plant in the state of Sinaloa, Mexico, due to its productive advantages, agricultural infrastructure, and availability of water and irrigation.
Thank you, Moises. Fifth, now we're going to talk about the operational structure. A management committee will be created with representatives from both parties. Tosta Bambino will lead technical quality and innovation matters.
Salsa Maravilla will lead agricultural operations and supplier management, and strategic decisions shall require a weighted majority based on ownership and percentages.
Perfect. And sixth, finance and budgeting. First, both parties shall contribute in the initial capital proportional to the participation of each party. Second, annual operating budgets must be approved by the management committee. Any operational cost overruns shall be covered proportionally. Number four, profits may be reinvested into the joint venture upon mutual agreements. And number five, a risk management fund may be created to address agricultural, logistic, or production contingencies.
On 7th, logistics and supply chain. First, Salsas Maravilla shall manage procurement, certification, and supply of tomatoes. Second, minimum quality specifications shall include color, ripeness, bricks level, size, and sanitary compliance. 3. Losses due to poor agricultural quality, pest, and supplier breaches shall fall under the supplier or agricultural operation.
Number four, Tosta Bambino shall manage international distribution and export logistics. And number five, shared logistic hubs may be established when operationally efficient.
Okay, 8. Agricultural and primary production operations. First, agricultural supply contracts will be established with local producers under Salsas Maravillas supervision. Second, minimum seasonal purchase becomes shall be guaranteed by the joint venture. 3. In case of climate-related shortages, alternative sourcing protocols shall be activated. Fourth, traceability and food safety protocols must be enforced from harvest to delivery.
Perfect. Now, 9 point, processing the plant operation. The plant shall operate under the following principles: compliance with HACCP, GMP, and NOM, and international safety standards. Continuous quality control auditing in order to check everything is fine. Preventive and corrective machinery maintenance. Joint quarterly operational and financial audits. Annual production goals set by the management committee.
10th, marketing and commercialization. Tosta Bambino will lead branding, marketing, and market positioning strategies. The joint venture may create a shared brand with mutual approval. Priority markets include Mexico, Latin America, and the US Latino segment. Marketing expenditures shall be allocated proportionally to ownership share. And fifth, promotional materials shall be co branded unless otherwise agreed.
11th, human resources. First, operational personnel will be hired and managed by Salsas Maravilla.
Technical specialist and quality control personnel shall be selected by Tosta Bambino. The general manager of the joint venture shall be appointed jointly. And fourth, labor disputes shall be handled in accordance with the Mexican labor law. 12th, administration and decision making. All strategic decisions require a weighted majority. Critical decisions, such as major investments, expansions, or shutdowns, require unanimity, and both parties retain the right to request internal audits and financial reviews.
13th, intellectual property. Original trademarks, designs, and methodologies remain the property of the party that created them. Any innovation developed through the joint venture shall be jointly owned according to participation percentages, which are 55-45.
Perfect. 14, confidentiality. Both parties agree to maintain a strict confidentiality regarding all technical, commercial, strategic, or financial information shared through the project.
15th, this contract shall have an initial duration of 5 years, automatically renewable unless written notice is provided.
16th, the contract may be terminated in case of material breach of obligations, mutual written agreement, legal or operational impossibility. In case of termination, liquidation will occur proportionally to ownership shares. 17th, this contract should be governed by the laws of the United Mexican States. Any disputes shall be settled before the competent courts of the states of Sinaloa.
So I think that the us as a team of Tosta Bambino and Salsas Maravilla, it's a contract that has a advantage for both teams. I don't know as Salsas Maravilla the opinion of the contract and what about the percentages or something that do you want to change?
No, everything's perfect. We agree on everything.
Okay, so thank you so much, and that will be the contract for both companies.
Thank you.